Welcome to Kilobotters. Jay, join me in today's Newsbytes. Thank you, Jason. Welcome to Newsbytes, a show where Jay and I tell you some interesting stories in one take and we piss you off. Today, what's the story, Jay?
Today we're going to talk about the Ouya.
Ouya!
And there's some news breaking that it
might be a scam. That's right. I always said I was very hesitant when I learned about the story, making our previous Newsbytes episode.
Yeah.
And to me, it sounds way too good to be true, and it's vaporware, and yet it turns out, you know what? It might be too good to be true.
You know what they say, when something's like too good to be true?
Yeah.
It usually is.
Isn't. Okay. But the Ouya sounds amazing on paper, right?
Yeah.
What they're trying to achieve here sounds amazing. So is communism. I don't want to get politics involved in this Newsbytes, but you know, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, like we just said 1,000 times.
Basically what this means is this. They have an amazing idea, which is to make it open source.
Yeah.
Which is also the biggest weakness, because within...
Greatest strength?
Yeah.
Greatest weakness.
Within 10 minutes of this thing being released, someone's going to hack it, and all the games are free. Boom. Everything's free.
Yeah.
And that...
But they're saying, that what their argument is people are pro Ouya. They're like, look at Apple. Apple's apps are $4.99, you know, $1.99, and people don't hack it. They just go, whatever, it's so cheap, I'll just pay for it, right?
I think that a certain group of gamers would do that.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. I'd say, I can't say a number, but let's just say PC gaming is very popular, not because it's better than console, but because lots of games can be
You can make emulators and stuff. Basically,
lots of games can be had, you know what I mean?
Stolen.
Yeah.
Stolen slime.
So, a lot of games are stolen, let's be honest here. But a lot of games also could be modded, which is a good thing. But no one's really thinking of the piracy issues here. Everyone's really excited because they see a new platform where indie developers, indie is the big thing now, right?
Yeah.
Indie's everything right now. And they're saying, indie's going to take over. Well, indie can't really take over, that's why it's indie.
Yeah.
And that's another problem.
If it takes over, then it's not indie.
Then it's mainstream.
Another thing is manufacturing. Not people are talking about that. The Ouya is probably not going to look like the rendered Photoshop images that we're seeing at this nice, sleek silver cube.
Another thing is the cost of actually making this many now is it's just nothing is like adding up here. Nothing is adding up from that video that you saw on the page where she's basically saying like it's going to do this, 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 and this. Problem is she's saying, oh, it's going to have Minecraft, but Mojang doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And then she's showing like a Madden symbol, and EA is going to be like, oh, okay, we like this. And she's like, oh, it's open source. EA is going to be like, oh,
bye.
See ya. That's a problem with the mainstream games. Like, if EA releases Madden on a PS4, let's say, and it's $80 after taxes, do you think like they're gonna go? Oh, and by the way, let's give.
And Sony has purchased the rights for that game to be on their console.
Well, that's different.
Yeah.
But forget exclusive rights.
I mean, you have to purchase the console has to purchase the rights, even if it's a multi-plat game. That's what I'm saying.
But my point,
it's legitimate.
I know my point coming here is. If it's like free to play, no way they're gonna make a Madden version.
No. Especially
if there's like an iPhone, iPad app that's $5.99.
Yeah. What,
they're gonna say, oh, free.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell. I think that if this wasn't an open source console and it was strictly only indie games,
right,
it might have a better shot because like people like watch our show that actually make indie games and I've had discussions with these people. And like, those are the people that seem to be almost more excited than anyone else about this.
Yeah.
But the deeper that people have been looking at it, especially PC Gamer magazine, they looked into this and just analyzing the video, if you go back and watch it, there's classic sort of deceiving trickery in that.
Well, another thing that people aren't talking about is how many times have we seen this on Kickstarter where, especially with tech gadgets, where you know, it looks amazing, everyone funds it, they get all the money they need, and you know, those projects still haven't seen the light of day yet. They're like, oh, it takes longer than we thought. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't reach the March 2013 date.
Well, there's that possibility that it might not even come out, but there's also the possibility that this is just flat out a scam.
Just vaporware.
And people are going to say, well, they're still working on it. They could just keep saying from their little office, we're still working on it. Because if you look at the actual agreement on Kickstarter, when you fund a project, guess what?
You can't be refunded.
You can't be refunded, and B, they don't owe you anything.
No, and you're not. It's not like you own the company. You're just basically purchasing before you get the product.
And that's another thing that's, I think, a little wonky about Kickstarter. People assume that, oh, I'll give them money,
so they owe me.
They owe me, and I'm an investor. There's a big difference between a customer and an investor. An investor actually puts real money into the thing, and if it fails, they lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Somebody who's a customer is saying, hey, I'm going to buy, say this is the game that's coming out, I'm going to basically pre-order it, and when it comes out, hopefully I get it.
Yeah.
That's what's happened here, and I think basically when all those people donated all at once because it was such a great idea, they were just excited.
Yeah.
No one read it.
It sounded so amazing on paper, and it still does, but then the more you look into it, the more shady it becomes. But what we want to know, the reason why I made this video
Well, one other thing I want to bring up. Do you think there's any way in hell that Microsoft or even Sony or even Nintendo are behind the whole let's make a fake scam story? What, you don't think?
What do you mean?
Don't you think this little box has potential if it was true?
Yeah.
And they could do the things they said they could do. Don't you think that has potential to destroy bigger companies?
Yeah.
So don't you think those bigger companies? Haven't you seen Antitrust? Yeah. Bill Gates will come and stab them.
Yeah, I know.
But no, this is serious billions of dollars.
I know.
On a
I think
don't you think they might send somebody over there to
And I think there's a reason why there hasn't been a console like this ever.
I think so too.
I think so. So are you guys as skeptical as we are?
Well, the other thing is, does anyone think we're batshit crazy?
Yeah.
Do you think that happens in the real world?
Do you think we're crazy in the real world?
No, but do you think, honestly, do you think the electric car was killed by the big company?
Yes, absolutely.
So do you think it can happen in this?
Absolutely.
So,
but I don't know if they could deliver. I don't know if they could deliver.
If they could do the world.
If they could even fix the gaming world. But tell us what you guys think. You guys think this is a bunch of hoopla, a bunch of mumbo jumbo?
A bunch of easy peasy Japanesey?
And don't get mad at us.
Hey, but another thing.
But if you do, get mad at him.
Another thing is, these comments below.
Yeah.
There's no reason to get mad at us. These are our opinions.
Except for him.
And those are your opinions. So if you write, oh, these two idiots know what they're doing, they're just putting a show and they want to make money, get real. First of all, we don't make money really.
Yeah.
We make enough to like buy this orange juice, and that's like basically all the vitamins this little dick gets for a month.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is really the only system we own.
Yeah.
So
we don't even play the games.
We don't even play them, so get real.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Also, finally, leaving, do you think this device, if it comes out and it works, can be a huge success?
If it actually delivers and does whatever it says, of course it can, right? Like I said, it looks great on paper.
And I want to also ask you, do you think it's going to hit 10 million?
I don't know anymore. It's really slowing down. It's almost like 4.5 million.
I think it's slowed down because of this story has been planted. The story
tell us what you guys think, and before you leave us, remember to like the video.
Oh yeah.
Subscribe if you're new to us.
And Twickers?
Twatters.
That bird up there is called Twickers.
Twicker the twat.
He takes shits.